Thank you so much for being here. And this is something that we're fairly new at, so bear with me. And we're going to try to have these out on at least on a weekly basis, get a little bit more regimented. Now that our tax season has been over for a little bit, things are kind of going on their way, and people's identifying, what we're going to do going forward in the organization. It's a good time to start to have some good habits and get good content out to you as well as we possibly can. Thanks for being part of the KB article. If you do like what you hear, let us know. If you don't like what you hear, let us know. But if you do like what you hear, I would appreciate it that if you would share this with individuals out there. So there is no cost to it, whatsoever. But if you do like it, if we can provide you with good content and information that will help you grow or do whatever. There's going to be all kinds of different varieties of different types of topics and right through the technical and skills and the actuary, accounting and tax planning, but also business development, leadership development, personal development, and those types of things. So thank you everybody for being here today, and we're on our way. But anyways, today I had a topic that I really was kind of working on and struggling with over the last couple of days, and kind of, what is it that I'm trying to do? And the word that came to mind was potential. Potential there's a couple different variations. Basically, it is to basically do something or a process of doing something to get you to that next level. But also there are other potentials too. So that next level might be a downward level. So, hey, if I don't perform here, or if I don't do this, or I don't do that, I'm not going to get that A, or I won't get that B, or I won't make the team, or I won't be able to start a business, or whatever it is. So there's that side there as well. Um, but sometimes individuals, they don't know that the own potential that they own have. And I think this is something as a business owner, we kind of have a leg up, especially if you've been around for 20 plus years as ourselves. And oftentimes we have a whole different wide variety of different individuals that work within an organization. But you have to identify that everybody is different. And for me, it took a long time to say, hey, why can't you be here? Why can't you just be that person I want you to be? Well, because people are wired differently. And oftentimes it takes a conglomeration of different people to get to where an organization wants to go. So different people, they have different potentials. They have different paths. Everybody's got different weaknesses and strengths and those types of things. And us as organizational leaders, it's to identify what those things are. And hey, this person might not have it over here, but there certainly would be great at this over here with an organization. They fill that gap real well. So, and sometimes I think individuals within an organization, they don't know what their own potential is. So we need to help us encourage them and help groom them. There are a couple of different, when it really comes to potential, and this isn't the first time we're going to talk about that. I think I really like to kind of hone in on this a little bit. Today's just kind of an introductory thing, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the different aspects and those types of things. But really, when it comes to somebody's potential, it depends on what their mindset is. And if they have a mindset, they may be groomed. Most likely, they're groomed as when they're growing up, if they have the potential, or what it would look like, and what happens when an individual runs into adversity. Do they take in a mindset that's just too hard, I can't do that? Or other people, they may look at that as, that's brain food, and I love that challenge, and I'm going to overcome this. So they they work it out, and they come to the end, and it might not be where they need to be, but they're training their mind in order to overcome an obstacle or whatever it may be. And then I guess as far as for us as owners, operators within our organization, that we don't say, hey, maybe that wasn't where we would like for it to be. But it's important for us as business owners to say, hey, I see that you worked hard on that you're going in the right direction. You're not where you are, but hey, you did a great job getting to where you're at. It's not where it needs to be right now, but we're going to get you to where that is. And I can really applaud that you worked so hard on getting to where you got on that. So just giving those words of encouragement, I think they go a long, long ways. So don't forget about leaving out or about providing encouragement to our employees as much as we possibly can. And as parents, I mean, I think, I've probably done a very poor job encouraging my children, to reach their potential as well. That is so much, it's a bad thing, and people, they just don't want to do some things or whatever it is, but it's kind of it's kind of a mindset that going forward, hey, this is something that I need to improve on. But you know what? I got the potential, and this is something I've identified that I want to do, and this is something where I want to kind of bring it to the next level here. But there are some attributes of just really what's the difference between somebody with to reaching their potential. Their potential is their particular mindsets, and either they have a fixed mindset of kind of being where they are versus a growth mindset. A fixed mindset might be somebody that's hey, it's a challenge. I don't really want to go there. I'm right. I'm fine right where I'm at, and it's just too much work to try to get to where that is. As whereas somebody that has a growth mindset, they're going to look at it as a challenge, say, I don't know about that now, but gosh, I like to learn. So I'm going to kind of do the best that I can in order to get to that answer. And I love, that's a great attitude to have. And sometimes you either got it or you don't. But if you don't have it, that is something that one can do and develop as well, getting that mindset. People with that fixed mindset as well, they'll shy away from things that they're just not very good at. So just I'm okay right over here. Whatever it is. There is somebody that has that growth mindset. They acknowledge and they embrace their weaknesses. They know that they are not where they need to be, and gosh, that is something. I don't know anything about it, but you know what? I want to try that. Let's see where that brings me. But I think if it's not the right approach either, like if you don't have the right organization or even a family unit or an organization that provides that particular growth environment, well, what good is that? So if that person has that mindset that they want that, hey, they know that they don't know everything. Their bosses, they're okay with that. But you know what? They're going to work with me to get me where I am because I got that potential to get where I want to be. Another thing too, and something I was very guilty of earlier on, is that I wouldn't do anything unless I seek approval for things first. Gosh, after a couple of years of getting stagnant, I was always waiting and waiting and waiting. It seems like, hey, I wasn't always asking for approval anymore. I just needed to get things done. I need to learn about what is going on. I need to learn about this process. So I didn't always seek approval. I always asked for forgiveness rather than, that forgiveness versus what's the word? Permission. What the heck am I talking about? So, oh, no. That we do not carry out actions without seeking approval. Like I said, it's one of those things. If you got that wrong mindset, maybe it's better just to ask for forgiveness and get used to that. So at least we're propelling things forward. Another thing too is that how do you look at failure? And if failure is a limit on your abilities or whatever it may be. But oftentimes, for a person that has a growth mindset, they will look at as failure as more of without failure. I've always said, without failure, you can't grow because. I mean, how many, last second shots did Michael Jordan miss? But he grew from that and he groomed himself. There's nobody failed more than Michael Jordan, but who succeeded even more in the NBA as well. And I know we've all heard that, but that's just always that's one to kind of always go to. But if we're not failing, like on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or whatever it may be, if you're getting your comfort zone, you're probably not hitting your potential. So if you start to fail, at least you're trying. And then with failure, that is a great way to get to the growth that we're looking for. So, but anyways, I just kind of wanted to touch on those things there today. Remember, as employers, as individuals, as parents, a way to groom individuals, make sure that we praise those individuals each and every day for the work that they're doing, progress that they're making. Maybe they didn't get through everything right now, but hey, we're getting there. We can, another thing too about potential, it's not so much the destination as it is so much, it's the journey. Okay, so, not everybody gets to where that's at, but they enjoy the journey and they keep on growing, reach their potential. So, all right. Well, with that said, until next time, thank you very much. And I appreciate everybody being part of the Kinsler Brown podcast called the KB article. And if you like the information that you have, please do share it. And we're going to have more for you here later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.